So obviously we had the big shooting in Connecticut on Friday, and we've got all the voices in the political world telling us, don't do anything, not now, not now. Why? Because this is the time when we are most likely to do something, because we're mad and we want to fix what went wrong. Now, our producer on the TV side, on the current television show that we do, Roland Werner, put together a video of President Obama speaking about the kids who had been killed in Connecticut and try to put their pictures to it. It's tough to watch.
We gather here in memory of 20 beautiful children: Charlotte, Daniel, Olivia, Josephine, Anna, Dylan, Madeline, Catherine, Chase, Jesse, James, Grace, Emily.
She always had something kind to say about anybody.
Jack, Noah, Caroline, Jessica, Benjamin, Abigail, Allison. God has called them all home.
A lot of people believe, I do not, and I don't think God had anything to do with it. I don't think he called them home. I think a madman went in there and shot them because we have allowed, through our politics, an ocean of guns that these madmen have incredible access to. His mom was supposed to be safe. She's a gun enthusiast. She had 12 guns in the home. Those were the same guns that her son used to murder her and 26 other people before he took his own life. Now, what are our politicians doing to fix this? Well, so far, not a damn thing. Now, let me tell you about the Justice Department. The New York Times reports over the weekend, after the shooting of Representative Gabrielle Giffords of Arizona and others at a supermarket in Tucson in early 2011, the Justice Department drew up a detailed list of steps the government could take to expand the background check system in order to reduce the risk of guns falling into the hands of mentally ill people and criminals. Great. Look, I would do more, but that's a good first step. So that sounds positive, right? Wrong. Here's the next paragraph in the New York Times story. Most of the proposals, though, were shelved at the department a year ago as the election campaign heated up and as a Congress conducted a politically charged investigation into Operation Fast and Furious gun trafficking case, according to people familiar with the internal deliberations. So they did nothing. Why? Politics. They were worried about an election year, and the Republicans were being mean to them, going after them for Fast and the Furious. And by the way, Fortune did a brilliant piece on the Fast and Furious. The real problem wasn't that the Justice Department or the ATF had put guns out there. They were trying to find a way to stop the guns, but because of the laws in Arizona were so lax, they actually had no legal authority to stop the guns from going over the border into the hands of the drug cartels. That's what actually happened. Now, am I blaming just the Democrats for not taking action, for being cowards, which they absolutely positively were? No. There is one place where they actually did registration of mentally ill people. Now, again, the original proposal was, hey, let's keep track of that throughout the different government agencies so we don't have mentally ill people buying guns so they can do these kind of shootings. Makes sense, especially after Gabrielle Giffords, a United States congresswoman, was shot in the head by a man who appeared to be mentally ill. Well, luckily, at least the Veterans Department was doing it, Veteran Affairs, right? New York Times explains at the end of the story, the Department of Veteran Affairs, by contrast, does share its data about instances in which benefit checks are sent to a trustee because a recipient has been deemed mentally incompetent. Republicans in Congress have introduced a bill, the Veterans Second Amendment Protection Act, that would end the practice. So the only place that we do it right, the Republicans wanted to end that as well. So those profiles encourage, Attorney General Eric Holder at the Justice Department didn't do anything. But once he actually suggested out loud that we might think about reinstituting the ban on assault weapons that we had under Clinton. Remember, since we've lifted that ban, the number of mass shootings every year has doubled, okay? What did Rahm Emanuel, the chief of staff for the president at the time, think about that? Quote, Emanuel was furious. He slammed his desk and cursed the attorney general. Holder was only repeating a position Obama had expressed during the campaign. But that was before the White House needed the backing of pro-gun Democrats from red states for their domestic agenda. The chief of staff sent word to Justice that Holder needed to shut the fuck up on guns. Cool. Profiles in courage. Look at that. How dare you try to save people's lives? We've got a political agenda here. We have to win elections so we can do nothing the next time around. Now, it's not just his chief of staff. It's not just his attorney general. It's also the president. Now, the president talks a great game. Look at him after the tragedy in Connecticut. Here, watch.
Can we honestly say that we're doing enough to keep our children, all of them, safe from harm?
No,
I've been reflecting on this the last few days. And if we're honest with ourselves, the answer is no.
Thank you for coming to that conclusion.
We're not
4
doing
years
enough.
later.
And we will have to change. Since I've been president, this is the fourth time we have come together to comfort a grieving community torn apart by mass shooting.
And all other times I
We can't
did
tolerate
nothing.
this anymore. These tragedies must end. And to end them, we must change.
Oh, wow, really? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought we elected a guy well over 4 years ago who promised that change. Yet through all of those massacres, through all those assaults, through all those killings and murder, what did President Obama do on gun control? Not a damn thing. Now, to be fair, though, he did do one thing, which I'll get to in a second, which is that he made the laws laxer. If you don't believe it, I'm going to give you the facts in a second. But let's let this brilliant politician, who actually doesn't want to do anything about policy, keep telling us about how deeply concerned he is.
No single law, no set of laws can eliminate evil from the world or prevent every senseless act of violence in our society. But that can't be an excuse for inaction. In the coming weeks, I'll use whatever power this office holds to engage my fellow citizens, from law enforcement to mental health professionals to parents and educators,
Doubt it.
in an effort aimed at preventing more tragedies like this. Are we really prepared to say that we're powerless
That's what
in
you've
the
been doing
face
for
of
4
such
years.
carnage? That the politics are too hard?
But that's exactly what you've been saying. The politics are too hard. We just showed you the internal deliberations at the Justice Department. Well, we'd love to do something about all these people getting murdered on a weekly basis now, but the politics are too hard. Change, well, that's just a slogan. What have you done? Nothing. Now, if he wanted to do something, he could. Right now, 50% of respondents in a Huffington Post poll, and actually there is a second poll that is from, I believe, ABC News Washington Post, that has it at 53%, say that they are in favor of stricter gun control laws. That's up from 43%. Good news, right? You got the wind behind you. Ready to go, right? Yeah. Now, remember, after Gabrielle Giffords and the Fort Hood shooting and all those shootings, President Obama had the same thing, man. You remember, look, this is a compilation of all the same empty words President Obama has used throughout. Watch.
It may be hard to comprehend the twisted logic that led to this tragedy, but this much we do know. No faith justifies these murderous and craven acts. This tragedy prompts reflection and debate.
Yeah, reflect.
As it should.
Keep reflecting.
Let's make sure it's worthy of those we have lost. I hope that over the next several days, next several weeks, and next several months, we all reflect on how we can do something about some of the senseless violence.
Let's just keep reflecting. And by the way, if you notice, he's a lawyer, man. Even after this horrific shooting in Connecticut, he said, I'm going to do everything in this office's power to reach out to people. Oh, wow. Okay, you're going to reach out to people. Oh, that's really encouraging. Now, look, if you think the NRA is more at fault, you're right. If you think the Republicans who have blocked every piece of legislation and will block future pieces of legislation even after this massacre in Connecticut, you are right. But if you think President Obama couldn't do anything, you are absolutely wrong. There are executive orders he could issue. In fact, he has issued executive orders to make gun control even worse, even less so. In fact, here, let me get to that. President Obama, after the Gabrielle Giffords shooting, remember he wrote a tiny little op-ed in a tiny paper in Arizona, didn't want to get caught on tape talking about gun control. There's elections coming up because his own career is on the line in 2012, so he couldn't take any risks. Well, if that endangered you more, well, that's your sad day, right? Remember in that op-ed, he said this, quote, "Like the majority of Americans, I believe that the Second Amendment guarantees an individual right to bear arms." Okay, yes, Second Amendment, terrific. "And in fact, my administration has not curtailed the rights of gun owners, it has expanded them." So there's your beloved President Obama. Did he do gun control? No. He brags, after a congresswoman got shot in the head, he brags about how he expanded gun rights. And he's right. Obama overturned a 20-year ban on loaded guns at national parks and wildlife refuges. So go ahead and shoot yourselves up in national parks at the courtesy of President Obama. And now any state can now carry a concealed and loaded weapons on federal land in those same parks and refuges. So terrific. How much has he done to rein guns in? Nothing. It's not an exaggeration. It's not a hyperbole. It's literal nothing. One more. He also, by the way, said, just in case you want to know, you can also carry guns on trains now. That's also looser regulation than they had before. So the Brady Center for Gun Violence in 2010 gave him a report card on how he's done on gun control so far. Well, look, seems a little weak. What do you think? C? Not a D, right? Yeah, you're right. No, it's an F. You literally couldn't be any worse. F, as in miserable, pathetic failure. You know why? Because he didn't try. Although Obama apologizes as always, oh, you don't understand about the Republicans. No, I do understand. So tell me what legislation he proposed. Tell me what executive order that he introduced. The answer is none. None, except the ones making gun control even more lax. By the way, that same Brady Center said President Obama's actions were extraordinary silence and passivity. Extraordinary. Profiles in courage. After every one of these shootings, the politicians will come out and they will wipe tears away and they will pretend they care, they will pretend they're going to do something, and they will go back and calculate what is to their political benefit. And that is the only action they will actually take. What will be politically advantageous to them? Now, if this was the first time around, I would be very sympathetic to President Obama. But you can spare me your crocodile tears after 4 years of extraordinary silence and passivity and an F mark on gun control. I'll believe it when I see it. Till then, all we're going to get is more murder and mayhem because our politicians were too cowardly to do anything about gun control.